Have you ever wondered what would happen if the Earth, our home, just stopped spinning? It sounds like the plot of a disaster movie, right? But let's dive into the science behind this mind-bending scenario. And trust me, the reality is far more extreme than anything you've seen on the big screen. First, let's get a sense of speed. Right now, depending on where you are on the planet, you're hurtling through space at an incredible velocity. At the equator, the Earth spins at about 1,670 kilometers per hour, or roughly 1,000 miles per hour. Even if you're further north or south, you're still moving at hundreds of miles per hour. We don't feel it because everything around us, the air, the oceans, the ground is moving at the same speed. It's like being on a perfectly smooth airplane. Now, imagine hitting the brakes. Instantly. What happens? Newton's first law of motion, inertia, takes over. The planet itself stops, but everything not bolted down, and I mean everything keeps moving at that original speed. People, buildings, trees, topsoil, oceans, you name it. It would be like being in a car crash at 1,000 miles per hour. But on a planetary scale, anything on the surface would be instantly scoured clean. A colossal, supersonic wind would sweep across the globe, carrying with it a devastating wave of debris. We're not talking about a strong gust. We're talking about a force so powerful it would pulverize cities into dust in the blink of an eye. The kinetic energy would be catastrophic, creating more destruction than all the nuclear weapons on Earth combined. It's safe to say, nothing would survive this initial moment. But let's pretend for a second that some things could withstand this initial jolt. The chaos is far from over. The oceans, which are currently held in place at the equator by centrifugal force, would no longer have that force to battle gravity. All that water would come sloshing towards the poles. Imagine two unimaginable tsunamis, starting from the equator and rushing north and south. This would completely reshape our world map. Water would flood vast areas of North America, Europe, and Asia in the northern hemisphere, and the southern parts of South America and Australia. In their place, a new megacontinent would emerge, a massive belt of dry land encircling the Earth's equator. The world would be split into two giant oceans at the poles and one supercontinent in the middle. Forget about sea levels rising by a few inches. We're talking about a complete redistribution of all the water on the planet. Now let's talk about the day and night cycle. With the Earth no longer spinning, one side would be locked facing the sun, and the other would be plunged into permanent darkness. So, one half of the Earth gets a day that lasts forever, and the other gets an eternal night. On the sun-facing side, the continuous, relentless solar radiation would cause temperatures to soar. The land would become a scorching desert, far hotter than anywhere on Earth today. Water would boil away, creating a thick, humid atmosphere that would trap even more heat. It would be an uninhabitable furnace. On the dark side, it's the exact opposite. Without sunlight, temperatures would plummet to extreme, freezing lows colder than the harshest Antarctic winter. Any remaining water would freeze solid, turning this half of the planet into a barren, icy wasteland. The contrast would be stark and absolute. There would be a small sliver of land in between these two extremes, a twilight zone or terminator line where the sun is perpetually on the horizon, either at sunrise or sunset. This narrow band might seem like the only place where life could possibly exist. Here, the temperatures might be more moderate, but even this sliver of hope would be a nightmare. Why? The extreme temperature difference between the hot and cold sides would create the most violent weather imaginable. Air from the hot side would rush towards the cold side, creating perpetual, hurricane-force winds that would make the initial winds of the stoppage seem like a gentle breeze. These winds would constantly circle the globe in the twilight zone, making it impossible for anything to take root or survive. It would be a planet of eternal storms. And we haven't even touched on the magnetic field. The Earth's spin, combined with its molten iron core, generates our planet's magnetic field. This field is our cosmic shield, protecting us from harmful solar winds and cosmic radiation. If the spinning stops, the dynamo effect that generates this field would likely cease. Without our magnetic shield, the sun's radiation would bombard the surface. The atmosphere would be gradually stripped away by the solar wind, just like what happened to Mars. Any life that somehow survived everything else would be exposed to deadly levels of radiation. Auroras, those beautiful lights we see near the poles, would be a thing of the past. Instead, our planet would be defenseless against the harshness of space. And what about the shape of the Earth? Our planet isn't a perfect sphere. It's an oblate spheroid, meaning it bulges slightly at the equator due to its spin. If the rotation stopped, gravity would be the only force shaping the planet. Over a very, very long time, the Earth would slowly relax into a more perfect sphere. This would cause immense geological upheaval. We're talking about earthquakes and volcanic eruptions on a scale we've never seen. As the planet's crust adjusts to its new shape, the megacontinent at the equator would buckle and shift, while the ocean floors at the poles would be torn apart. So, to recap, if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning, we'd have a catastrophic surface wipeout from inertia, a complete reshaping of continents and oceans, a permanent day of scorching heat on one side and a permanent night of freezing cold on the other, ending superstorms in the twilight zone, the loss of our protective magnetic field, and a slow, agonizing geological reshaping of the entire planet. It's a terrifying thought experiment, but it gives us a profound appreciation for the delicate balance that makes life on Earth possible. That gentle, constant rotation is not just a background feature of our world. It's the engine that drives our climate, shapes our geography, and shields us from the dangers of space. It creates the rhythm of day and night that all life is tuned to. So, the next time you watch a sunrise or sunset, take a moment to appreciate the silent, powerful spin of our planet. It's one of the many incredible cosmic coincidences that allow us to be here. The science is clear. A spinning Earth is a living Earth. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride through planetary physics. If you enjoyed this and want to explore more what-if scenarios, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let me know in the comments what other cosmic questions you have. See you in the next video.